Mario, we are smack dab in the middle of the Millennium tour.
Yes.
So I got to ask you about the genesis of the tour. I mean, it's you, Bobby Valentino, B2K, Chingy, Lloyd, the Yin Yang Twins. How did that happen?
I was actually planning my own tour at the time, like a more tour geared towards the album and the vibe of what my latest album was, and I felt like the tour originally didn't fit. But I was like, you know what, this tour is not just about the new music I have. It's for those fans who've never seen me live before. It's for those fans who are now grown, and you know, we're all men now.
Yeah.
You know, those fans who want to experience this nostalgia. For us too, man, you know, we talk about it behind stage. It's still nostalgia for us. Being able to illustrate these songs now as men is a completely different thing when we're 15, 16.
Yeah.
The response is different. The communication between you and your fans is different because you can have a different level of communication with the ladies.
Very
you know,
true.
so it's amazing. Yeah.
So we have to ask about the Memphis Moment on stage. We'll put it on screen for people that did not see, but you were in Memphis. Set it up for me.
Yeah.
What happened in Memphis when you brought the two ladies on stage?
Well, first of all, that was my first time bringing two ladies on stage.
Oh.
So that was -1. I should have just had one. Because you know, these girls don't know each other. You never know what's going to happen.
Right.
She comes on stage. She's chill. She's super chill at first. She playing her position. She chilling. She took my coat off from me, and then she just lost it. She got the Holy Ghost. Something came over her. So I turned around, and I just see a girl doing splits. My first reaction was, I hope this girl don't hurt herself or like fall on stage or something. But she had it all under control. And you know, I just try to make the best of it, participate, and make it seem like it was planned, but it wasn't planned.
No, it definitely didn't look planned.
Okay, yeah.
It definitely didn't look planned at all.
I never know what to expect when you bring up random people. You gotta expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it was fun. It was fun. The fans loved it. I loved it. It was all love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has to feel good after almost 20 years, you still receive this type of love from everyone.
It does. I've never not received the love, but I think performing and being on stage is the ultimate reveal of what your chemistry is with your fans. We have the privilege today as artists to have Instagram and to like have other streams of income outside of just music, you know. But back in the day, for artists, it was just show money. They were traveling on tour buses in the South. I was watching this documentary with James Brown, and at one point he could only do the chitlin circuit.
Right.
You know, he wasn't able to go and do the other bigger markets that make more money and that were more comfortable and just laid out differently, you know. So we're really blessed. I couldn't imagine being James Brown on a bus with no air in the South.
I want to know how social media kind of changed and shaped you, because you didn't grow up in, you know, online as some of the newer artists today.
Yeah.
How did you kind of adapt to this new, you know, form of social media?
I'm actually having more fun with it now. In the beginning, I didn't really think it was that important. But then when I realized, you know what, I'm more than just a singer. I'm a philanthropist, I'm a speaker, I'm a writer, I'm a son, I'm a brother. I love style, I love all these things, and I think social media is great for expressing these things. So I just recently started like amping it up a little more, making sure, all right, I definitely need a photographer at certain shows. I definitely need this to show my fans more than just, okay, I can sing well. Follow me on social media, Mario Worldwide. Y'all about to start seeing some cool stuff, man, behind the scenes, etc.
Let's talk about your new album.
Yes.
Dancing Shadows.
What would you like to know?
Everything. It came out last year.
Yes.
New single, Care For You, is out. It's focusing a lot on self-love, healing. Talk to us a little bit about the single.
I was, you know, talking to my cousin. We were talking about, you know, growing up in part without our moms, and how we had to find love within ourselves that we was missing, especially being a young black man growing up in America. Like, if you don't find that part of yourself, sometimes you look for it in other ways. You look for it through multiple women, or you look for it, you know, in the company you keep. And then sometimes you turn super cold, and part of that self you never really heal. So when it's time for you to have something real, you kind of like starting backwards, and you got to put someone that really loves you through a whole bunch until you're able to, you know. So that's what Care For You is about. It's really about self-love and realizing I love myself and I love you more than I was ever able to admit. And in this moment, the way you're gonna see my love is by me being present and being real and being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the best way to show love. I think love encompasses so much, but vulnerability, honesty, even when you're wrong, even when you're right, whatever it is, you know, just really being present and being honest. That's what that song is about.
And I just feel like you wear vulnerability very well.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I think it's great.
I wasn't always like this.
So so what happened? I mean, and I know you've experienced some loss in your life. How has grief kind of, you know, shaped your journey? Has it made you more vulnerable?
Not so much grief, but understanding your purpose. And I think that purpose is something you start to learn as you start to humble yourself and you start to see how you're affecting the people in your life, how they affect you.
You know what I love so much about you is that you've been able to like diversify your fan base over the years, especially
Thank you.
recently. You've been into acting very much so.
Yeah.
Rent in January, which if you don't know,
It's
Rent,
crazy.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, it's crazy when you say Rent in January, because I'm like, it feels just like yesterday that I was in rehearsal.
Yeah.
And then we were on this big stage.
Live Broadway type elements.
So amazing.
Yeah.
So amazing.
That was really cool. Yeah.
You know, it just gave me a whole other creative experience in terms of, you know, integrating both acting and singing.
Let's talk about girls. Let's talk about ladies.
Let's talk about ladies. Let's do it.
So, you know,
ladies.
Did all this research on you. You did an interview with People magazine. And I think actually before that maybe Sway. And I was surprised to learn that you're in a relationship.
I'm dating someone.
Okay, but you said it was you said it was early.
It is
But you
early.
did say it sounded, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe serious, because I mean you wouldn't bring her up in interviews if she wasn't someone kind of special.
I've been single for a while.
Right.
And so it feels refreshing to be able to say that.
I like that. You know, we've never seen you with anyone. Like, unless she's been there and we haven't known that she was around, but like you've never walked a carpet with anyone.
That's true. The thing about it is, once the narrative is out there, you can't control it anymore. You can influence it, you can steer it in a different direction.
Okay.
But once a narrative is out there, it's really hard to combat it with your own truth without sounding like you're trying to defend yourself. So I try to put myself in situations where I don't have to defend myself.
So will we see, maybe not her, but
when it's something that's I don't know if it's going to go the long route, I don't like to put it out there. Like,
which is why I was so surprised that you were already
saying?
talking about this month-long dating situation that you had going on so early.
Because it's not that serious. It's just easy.
Okay. Okay. So maybe one day we'll see her. Maybe.
No
or
rush.
another her. No rush.
Right now, we on this tour right now.
Do you prep her for life on the road with a singer dating an artist, a traveling artist? You know, not all artists too.
Right. Well, first and foremost, we're friends.
Okay. That's
you know,
important.
so we talk about everything. We're friends before we even started dating.
Okay.
You know, and that's important. So I'm in the business of growing. I'm in the business of evolving, not hiding and being something that I'm not. You know, so yeah, like I'm very honest, very brutally honest. Yeah.
And does she come to shows? Has she been to? Has she
Now,
seen
you
you?
fishing right now.
I'm just trying to say, has she seen you?
Fishing,
Because I would feel like
boy,
I would need to come see.
You out there.
I would want to be, you know, in the pit just so I can kind of see the reactions. I could imagine what the reactions would be.
Yeah.
But to kind of experience them.
Been to 2 shows so far.
Okay. Is she sitting in the pit? Is she sitting backstage?
Wow, you are funny.
Just trying to, you know, help our girls out. We just want to, you know, we're
Nah,
gonna figure it
she
out.
was sitting out in the house. She likes
Shut
to watch the
up.
show from the house.
Wow.
She's actually really good with sound. So she's very
probably
creative.
a member on the sound crew.
No, she's not on the sound crew. But she is. She's my, you know, she's the sound crew behind the sound.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Millennium Tour.
It's going. It's moving. I got a lot of friends coming to the show. It's been tough because, you know, everybody wants tickets.
Yeah. Good for you.
Hey, y'all, what up? It's Mario. You can follow me on social media at Mario Worldwide. I'm on there 24/7. Can't wait to see y'all on some more of these Millennium Tour dates. Look out for the new singles out right now. Care for you. Stream that. Listen to it. Pay for your family.